Hello students, this is Vinita Singh from St. Xavier School, Nalia. I hope you all are fine and healthy and staying fit at your home. Today we are going to discuss Class 8, Chapter number 1, Crop Production and Management. At the end of this chapter, you will be able to define the crop, you learn about the different types of crops, basic agricultural practice of crop production, and you will be able to learn about animal husbandry. Introduction. All living organisms require food. Crop production is a branch of agriculture that deals with the growing crops for use as food and fiber. Crop production includes grains, cotton, tobacco, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and plants. So what is crop? When the plant of the same kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called crop. For example, crop of the wheat means that all the plant grown in a field are that of a wheat. According to the climatic conditions like temperature, humidity, and rainfall, crops are categorized into three groups: Zaid crop, Kharif crop, and Rabi crop. Zaid crops are sown between Rabi and Kharif crops in the summer season from March to June. Example, seasonal fruits and vegetables. Kharif crop are sown in rainy season, mainly in June to September. Example, paddy, maize, soybean, groundnut, and cotton. Rabi crops are mainly sown in winter season. Approximately it's between October to March. Example, wheat, gram, pea, mustard, and linseeds. So what are the basic practice of crop protection? Cultivation of the crop involves several activities undertaken by farmers over a period of time, and these activities or tasks are referred to as an agricultural practices, and these are as follow: preparation of soil, then sowing of seeds, then adding manure and fertilizers to the crop, irrigated properly, then weeding, then harvesting, then threshing, and lastly, storage of the crop. So let's come to our first step, preparation of soil. The process of losing and turning of the soil is called tilling or ploughing. For the ploughing, we are using an instrument, plough. Plough, it is used for tilling the soil and adding the fertilizer to the crop, removing the weeds and scraping of the soils, etc. This implement is made up of wood and is drawn by the pair of bull or other animals like horses, camels, etc. It contains a strong triangular iron strip as shown in the figure called the ploughshare, and the main part of the plough is a long log of wood which is called plough shaft. Next is hoe. It is used for removing weeds and for loosening the soil. It is a very simple tool and it has a long rod of wood and iron, and a strong broad and bent plate of iron is fixed to one of its end and work like a blade. It is pulled by animals. Cultivator. It is also used for ploughing. Now on these days, ploughing is done by the tractor-driven cultivators, and the use of cultivator saves labor and time. Our next step is sowing of seeds. Before sowing, selection of the good quality seeds are more important. In sowing, little if any soil is placed over the seeds. More precisely, seeds can be generally sown into the soil by maintaining a planting depth of about 2 to 3 times the size of the seed. Next step is adding manure and fertilizers. The substance which are added to the soil in the form of the nutrients for the healthy growth of the plant are called manure and fertilizers. So what's the difference between manure and fertilizers. Fertilizers is an inorganic salt, and manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of cattle dung, human waste, and plant residues. Fertilizer is prepared in factories, whereas manure can be prepared in the field. A fertilizer does not provide any humus to the soil, whereas manure provides lots of humus to the soil. Fertilizers are very rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, whereas manure is relatively less rich in plant nutrients. Next step is irrigation. All the crop plant needs water for their growth. So it is necessary to supply the water to the crop planting in the field periodically. The process of supplying water to the crop in the field is called irrigation. And irrigation requirement of crop depends upon the nature of the crop, nature of the soil, and season. In summer, the frequency of watering is higher. Why is it so? Because it increases the rate of evaporation of water from the soil and the leaves during the summertime. The sources of the irrigation are rivers, canals, wells, tube wells, dams, ponds, and lakes. Irrigation is of two types, traditional method and modern methods. Traditional method of irrigations are dhekli, chain pump, moth, or well known as pulley system, rahat, or lever system. And the modern methods of the irrigation are sprinkler irrigation and drip irrigation. Sprinkler irrigation is a method of applying water to the soil surface in the form of a spray, which is somewhat similar to the rain. Rotating sprinklers head systems are commonly used for the sprinkler irrigation, as shown in the figure. Drip irrigation method, a small amount of water is applied at a frequent interval in the form of the water droplets, drips through the perforations in plastic pipes or through the nozzles attached to the tubes spread over the soil and to irrigate a limited area around the plant, as shown in the figures. Afterwards, protection from the weeds. Undesirable plants that may grow naturally along with the crops is called weeds. And the removing of weeds is called the weedicides. It can be by manually, by hand, or by spraying the weedicides. Weeds are also controlled by using the certain chemicals called weedicides, and 2,4-D, like 2,4-D and all. These are sprayed in the field to kill the weeds and they do not damage the crop. The weedicides are diluted with the water to the extent requirement and sprayed in the field with a sprayer. Next one, harvesting. The cutting of crops after it is mature is called harvesting. Harvesting is either done manually by the sickle or by a machine called harvester. Harvesting activities include the cutting, stacking, handling, threshing, cleaning, and hauling. Threshing means the harvested crop, the grain seeds need to be separated from the chaff. This process is called threshing. And for the threshing process, combine named machine is used, as shown in this figure, combine. Farmers with a small holding of land do the separation of grain and chaff with the winnowing process, and in our next picture you can easily see the winnowing machine. Then storage. Storing grain in a proper storage place under an appropriate moisture and temperature to prevent it from the attack of insects and to preserve it from the attack, preserve it for later use is called the storage of grains. Granaries and silos are commonly used for the storage of our crops. Dried neem leaves are also somewhere used at home to storing the food grains. And for storing large quantities of grain in a big godowns, specific chemical treatments are also required to protect them from the pest and the microorganisms. Next topic is animal husbandry. The rearing of animals on large scale is called animal husbandry. Food, shelter, and health are the most important aspects of the animal husbandry. Meat, egg, milk, honey, silk, lac, wool, and leather are the products that we get from the animals. Useful animals can be divided into the following categories based on the product they give us. Milk yielding animals, dairy products, dairy animals, and for dairy products we are depend on them, cows, buffaloes, and goat. Meat and egg yielding animals like sheep, pig, fish, poultry, and duck. Drought animals like mule, donkey, horse, bullock. Wool and skin yielding animals, sheep, goat, cow, buffalo, and camel. Animal yielding other products like honey from the bees, silk from the silk moth, and pearls from the oyster. So that's all in this chapter. I covered almost all the topics of your this. Keep learning, stay fit, stay safe at your home. Thank you so much. If